What is going on, CH family? I hope you guys are all having an amazing day. And if you're on YouTube, I hope you're having a great day as well. Just going to set the camera up real quick. Oops. Whew. Almost dropped my bottle. So today what we're going to be going over is, I'm going to crack the macro code. So I'm going to break down to you guys my brand new ebook. I'm going to do a live training on it here for y'all. And if you want the copy, comment down below macro. And if you're watching this live, I'll drop down a link for it. Okay? So, cracking the macro code, we're going to go over a few sections. So like, what is macros? We're going to go over why it's important, 3 main ones, and a few in-depth tips for each of your macros, okay? The goal of this training here is I want to give you guys a good solid understanding about macros, the importance on it, and what you should focus on most when it comes to your fat loss journey, okay? So that's the most important things that we're going to focus on here today. So starting out with the what. What are macros, okay? Macronutrients, okay? So ultimately macronutrients are split into 3 main sections. And it's where you get most of your nutrients from, right? So it's your carbohydrates, your proteins, and your fats, okay? So those are the main 3 that we all talk about, right? Now, inside of it, when it comes to this, why are these important, okay? Number 1, I think understanding your macros and your calories is one important piece of the puzzle, okay? If I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I do not think personally that counting calories and macros is sustainable long term. Now, that's coming from personal opinion, but also from training tons and tons of different people. So I think this is super important though, because this is gonna give you power over your food. What I mean by that, and the approach that we take in my coaching program, is that basically we teach our clients how to understand their calories and their macros, because when it comes to their meal plan and their food and everything, this gives them the power to never get bored with eating again. Okay? And what I mean by that is, like, let's say if you want to go eat at a restaurant, fast food, or if you literally just want to switch up your meals during the week, if you understand how to work your macros, your calories, and what you need there, then you can do that. Okay? Which gives you the power to have control over your food, right? So let's say you have the meal planning, everything's on track, and you're eating certain foods during the week, and you want to make a switch. You look at your macros, the calories in these foods, and then you switch them out with the other macros and calories in the other foods. Then you're good to go. And that way, you're not getting bored with your eating, you stay on track, and you're in full control, right? So you don't have to feel like you're stuck on a diet or nothing like that. So that's why it's super important. But also another reason too is because if you get your macros right, you can shape your body in certain ways. Number 2 is that when if a woman goes through menopause, for example, you want to make sure you're getting enough fat in your diet, so you can always look at that there. And then also making sure you get enough protein as well. Protein is so important, which we're going to talk about here today. Okay, so there's a few other reasons why it's so important. So the big 3, okay, so starting out with carbohydrates. So carbohydrates are sugar molecules, right? When it comes to carbs, you don't necessarily want to, yes, it's important to focus on the amount of carbs you're consuming, but I think that people put way too much stress on carbs, okay? A lot of people I talk to, they say how, they think carbs is the enemy when it comes to weight loss. It's like, Gaten, I love the pasta too much, and carbs are the enemy. I think that's what's, caused me not to lose weight, okay? And here's the thing, is that you want to focus on the quality of carbs that you're consuming rather than the quantity of carbs, okay? Carbs are not the enemy. Carbs are going to give you energy, okay? I think the whole narrative of carbs being the energy came from those keto people, okay? Nothing against keto, but I think that's where it came from, is keto. Now, again, carbs are not the enemy, okay? It's actually, carbs are our main source of energy that we use up, okay? So, why do we want to focus on the quality? It's because of our blood sugar, insulin, things like that, right? Because carbs are your sugar molecules, right? So ultimately, you want to focus on quality over, focus on the quality of the carbs that you're having. Easy tip, focus on eating real whole foods, okay? Cut out the refined carbs. Refined carbs are things that are literally like they pull the nutrients out of it, so it's like dead carbs, we'll call it. It's crap, all right? It's not good for you. It's not healthy. It's like they take all the fiber, everything out of it, so that way those carbs are just crap, and it's just going to give you a massive sugar spike and then a huge crash after, and it's going to mess you up. It's not going to make you feel good. You're going to get in a food coma. It's just not good at all. So this is why, it's important to have a high protein breakfast in the morning, but also it's okay if you have healthy carbs as well, so you don't get the crash. But if you have something like cereal, or if you go and get a white bread, like white flour, bagel, okay, that's not good. That's not good. You're not gonna be, it tastes good. I know it tastes good, but you're gonna be feeling like crap later on, okay? It's not good for your health too, okay? So, excuse me, so that's why we wanna focus on the quality of our carbs, okay? And if we get the good quality in, it's gonna keep us full longer, it's gonna make us feel better energy, the whole 9 yards, all right? So cut out those white breads, refined carbs, pastries, cookies, little things like that. Cut them out, throw them in the garbage. I'm just kidding, but 80% of the time, try to stick to whole, real foods, good foods, okay? 20% of the time, of course, you don't want to restrict yourself or nothing like that too much. So, enough carb talk. Let's talk about fats. Fats are not the enemy, okay? If we have fat in our body, it's not because of the fat we're eating, okay? Fats are not the enemy either, all right? And in fact, you can't survive without fats, all right? Okay, so the body, for the average normal person, or for the average person, we'll say, we need protein and fats, okay? We can get away without carbs, most of us, but we need protein and fats, all right? Fat is gonna be so important for your brain health, for protecting your organs, your body, the whole 9 yards, all right? And it's also a great source of energy as well. And especially too, it's really important for a woman going through menopause. Getting enough fat in, super good for you, your hormones, everything there. So you wanna make sure you get enough fat in your diet. Now, here's something interesting, is fat is typically higher in calories per gram, okay? And one thing to watch out for is, let's say if you do go keto, right? A lot of people go keto so they can cut out the carbs, so they think they can lose weight, because typically if you cut more carbs out, you don't have carbs, you'll probably eat less food, right? Because not as many options, harder, and you have some sort of restriction in place. The problem is that if you replace it with fats typically have more calories per gram, like fats do have more calories per gram, so therefore it's a lot more calories that you're intaking, okay? But luckily, you're probably gonna have a lot of protein with those fats, so you'll keep full and you'll be good, okay? But when it comes to fats here, you want to be careful for certain fats. So if we're going to break into 3 sections, we got the saturated fats, unsaturated fats, and trans fats. Trans fats, get rid of them. Oh my gosh, they're horrible for you, okay? There's not one good thing behind trans fats, okay? Trans fats are in your fried foods, processed foods, stuff like that, all right? So you want to try to avoid that as much as possible, because that's the stuff that will kill you. The next thing here is we have our saturated fats. Now, I do not want to talk bad about saturated fats, especially because I literally eat steak almost every single day. And saturated fats are, in our steaks. It's basically like at room temperature, it's hard. Okay, that's how we can call saturated fats. And you can learn more about this in my ebook. It's free ebook too, by the way. I just want you guys to learn about this, and you can comment down below macro, and I'll send it over to you. Okay, but saturated fats, you want to be a little bit careful, especially if you got high cholesterol levels. And it's just because saturated fats are not necessarily the healthiest fats for us. But again, I don't want to push you away from your steak and red meat too much, because I do believe there's benefits in that. And I personally eat steak almost every single day, guys. I'm not even kidding you. I eat steak all the time, and I love it. And it makes me feel so good. So, I don't want to push you away from stuff like that. That's for sure. Just be careful though. Okay. So the last one is unsaturated fats, which is our healthiest fats. All right. So unsaturated fats, they're more so like your monounsaturated, the polyunsaturated. So basically it's like plant oils, avocados, almonds, things like that, right? Those are like your healthiest fats, when it comes to your fats in general. All right. So that's a little bit about fats. Now let's talk about protein, my favorite here. Okay. I can't emphasize this enough, guys. Like, when it comes to weight loss, you seriously don't need to make drastic changes to get drastic results, okay? You do not need to go make a massive 180 change. I'm telling you, if you just focus on the main essentials, okay? And one of those essentials is protein intake. You want to make sure you're getting enough protein in. Easy way to do that, high protein breakfast, protein in every single meal, maybe add in an iso protein if you want, like a protein shake. You could add that in if you want to make it easier. And just choosing better options for food, okay? And just getting that more protein in. When you focus on getting more protein in, like when I was first getting into nutrition and getting down the rabbit hole of food. And I started just getting more protein in. Like, I got stronger, my skin looked better, I made better choices. It was so much easier, okay? It's because it's like you put a restriction on yourself, but also not in a way, when you emphasize protein, when you really focus on protein, okay? Because protein, it can help kill your cravings, it can help cut more calories out, it can help keep you full longer. Like, I should just be a protein coach because protein is so important. But when you're counting your calories and your macros, a good little tip that I can give you is trying to aim for the 30% rule when it comes to protein. Okay, and that means basically just try to hit 30% protein intake daily. Might be hard for you, so you can strive for that. You can set a goal for that, but that's something to always like have there to keep in mind when it comes to your protein intake. All right, and that's helpful for your calorie intake and your macros. So that is that there. So let me see here. Now, yeah, typically this I'm just looking over the ebook right now for you guys. And it just talks about how you can set it up so you can track your calories, your macros. Most people do it on MyFitnessPal. They'll try to pop up the page there that makes you pay for it, but it's just the white X is in the top corner. So you don't actually have to pay or subscribe or nothing. It's free, which is awesome. But you can use MyFitnessPal. Most people usually use that. Now, let's see here. Inside the ebook as well, it'll tell you on how to figure out like your calories, your macros, and how much grams of protein, everything you should be having there. So if you have that question for me, check out the ebook because it'll answer it there for you very simply. Okay? And then, so it has the whole equation set up for you. It'll tell you the key focus, like what to focus on most when it comes to them. Macro distribution. One thing I want to talk to you about is when you do set your macros, okay? So some people will go high fat, some people will go low fat, high carb, and whatnot. And really, if you ask me, like, is there one best approach? I'll tell you this, is that no, not really. Every person's different. And what I've seen too over the years is like every person's body reacts differently too, okay? Like I got a client and their body reacts really well when it's like the carbs are not crazy high, but not too low, like around 30% range, which is still a great amount of carbs, but then you have more fat and more protein, and their body responds extremely well to that. Like they drop weight very easily. So that's how their body responds to it. But just know that everybody's body will respond differently to high fat, low fat, high carb, low carb and stuff. So never feel like you need to cut one thing out or make these drastic, crazy changes to get results, okay? See what works with your body, get that protein intake, follow the guidelines, and I promise you that will help you so much. So next here, my final thoughts. Okay, my final thoughts is I think this understanding your macros and calories again. It's going to be so important when it comes to you taking control. Okay, because ultimately the idea is that the lifestyle approach is the way to go. Right? When it comes to weight loss and making this transformation, making it a part of your lifestyle is the way to go. What that means is that it's not like doing keto. It's not like anything like that. It's about having full control of your food, okay? Having some sort of meal planning in place, something control where your food, everything's planned out, everything's prepped out for you, something sustainable there. But then understanding your macros and calories, what that's going to do for you is it's going to put you in control. So you don't have to eat the same foods for the rest of your life. So you don't have to feel guilty when you go eat out or have a cheat meal. And so you don't have to feel like a chicken with its head cut off when you're trying to lose weight, okay? Because at the end of the day, it's a numbers game, okay? We got to look at our numbers, okay? What's going to put me in a caloric deficit? And that is the key. Calories in versus calories out when it comes to initially just like weight loss, right? I know it sounds so simple, but it's not, because we have to deal with this and a lot of bad habits and little things like that. But this is going to help you tremendously with clearing things up, getting on the right track there and putting you a little more in control. For me personally, I don't really count my calories. I can't remember the last time I count my calories. But I've also been doing this for years, right? And I used to count my calories, and what I use it for now is that if I travel or if I can't meal prep or something like that, and I order food out or whatever it may be, if I need to, I'll just use the calorie counter to adjust my calories accordingly so I'm aligned with my goals. But again, very rare. It doesn't really happen much because now I know, right? But this will help you get there. So if you want this ebook, highly recommend it. Just comment down macros. I'll send it over to you. And again, it's free, so you guys can take it if you want. But I recommend it, and that is a training for today, cracking the macro code. So if you have any more questions for me, comment down below. Always here to help you out. And if you feel like you need more of a hands-on approach to get your custom meal planning, prepping, everything under control there so you can start seeing weight loss results in a way that's aligned with your body goals, but also your lifestyle, shoot me a message, and then we can talk about that and see what we can do. Other than that, start today for a better tomorrow, because by you making this transformation happen, it's going to be one of the best things that ever happens to your life. And by you becoming, working on yourself, it only helps other people around you. Okay? So never feel bad about making yourself a priority, because I promise you, by investing in yourself, by focusing on yourself, you get the best return of your life, and it is the best feeling ever when you get to wake up feeling confident, feel good when you look in the mirror, have that energy that you want. It's the best feeling ever. Okay? Start today for a better tomorrow. I'll see y'all later on.